This is a warning, brother. The sound that is about to play will contain graphic and foul language, yeah, but is intended to be entertaining, at least to some. Oh, yeah. If you are easily offended, yeah, don't have a sense of humor, yeah, or have your head up your ass, oh, yeah, this isn't for you. Everyone else, please try to have fun. And as always, the cream rises to the top and stay creative.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to STS with SilverBaX. Today, I'm going to be talking to the owners of the Go to Hell ASM-14, Shane and Dustin. We're going to talk about the history of that comic book, what it's about, and maybe a little bit about their show. So stick around. What's going on, Shane?
Not much, man. How are you, brother?
I'm doing better than you. You sound sick. Are you sick?
I'm very sick, sir.
All right. Well, we'll do our best to direct our questions to Dustin, but I look forward to hearing you chime in.
Yes, sir, and I will.
All right, Dustin, how are you, sir?
I'm doing great.
All right.
I'm good.
So you two operate Rough Edge Comics, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And you guys go to all the shows and set up and sell collectibles, comic books, toys, and, you know, anything nerd related you might have a little piece in.
Yeah. Yep. That's right.
And you also operate online auctions. Is there a specific day, or do you just do them whenever you guys get good stuff?
We run them pretty much every Friday night at about 8:00 from our Rough Edges Comics page.
And that's like they can watch you on Facebook and chime in and bid each other up and buy it now prices and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yep, it's a live auction pretty much.
And usually both of you are there, but this weekend Shane was so sick that y'all weren't able to do the broadcast, correct?
Yes.
Yep, and we've got a pile to auction off this Friday because we didn't have it last week.
On your
be there Friday.
All right, I'm looking forward to that. On your Rough Edges Facebook page, do you post some of the material that people will be using for the auction?
Yes.
That's mainly my area of expertise. I've always known what'll sell, when it'll sell, who it'll sell to. The past 3 or 4 auctions that we've run, we've sold most everything that we put out there.
So that not only means that you're putting out good stuff that people want to buy, you're also putting it out at prices people want to buy it at.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Which means that you're also finding it at a much cheaper price. So that means you're actually out there digging and finding stuff.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. And that's my job too. I mean, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I'm on the hunt. Always.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. Now, so the past couple of days, and I wanted to know if this is going to be like an exclusive, like don't do any other podcast about this ASM-14. And I can say I've got the exclusive interview with Shane and Dustin.
Well, yeah. You're the first.
Yeah, we haven't.
All right, I'll be the first. I'm sure that you'll get more offers to talk about what's going on. So for those of you that don't know, Dustin, please explain to us the history of the one issue that you have. It's not every Amazing Spider-Man 14. It is a particularly one issue of Amazing Spider-Man 14. Please enlighten us on the history.
Okay. Yeah. In about 1994, 95, right in there, I can't remember, Shane saw it at Dragon Con, and he in Titan Comics from Atlanta were the people that had it on their display stand, and they didn't have a price on it. And
now, how would you recognize this book? I'm pretending that the listeners don't know anything.
Go to hell on it. Well, I saw that it was an ASM-14, the first Professor Green Goblin, and yeah, of course I'm gonna go after that. And then I was like, man, what was that saying? This is decades before Grady.
Yes.
But first of all, one thing though, it wasn't an angry girlfriend. That was his wife. They were married.
Oh, okay.
They were married. Yeah. No. And it happened in the 80s because Titan had it for a long time.
Yeah.
All right.
And they
So,
broke it out, and I saw it, and I couldn't live without it.
so you're saying, like, what does he say? Mid 90s, 93, somewhere 95, somewhere in there.
I think it was. I think it was the year I graduated high school, and that was 93.
All right. So
Ed Kramer was still running Dragon Con.
So you're walking through Dragon Con and you see Titan Comics and Games has set up a booth, and you see Amazing Spider-Man 14, the first appearance of Green Goblin, and someone has taken a Sharpie marker and written "Go to Hell" right on the right on the cover.
Yeah. Yep. I couldn't live without it. I had to have it.
All right.
Nobody, and not a single other dealer, customer, nobody had ever asked them what they wanted for it. And that's what he told me. I forget the guy's name. Well, I've known him for years, but he said, is he going to see it? I said, you sure as shit I want to see it. And he handed it to me, and I turned it over, and I said, man, what do you want for it realistically? He said, $40. Then I whipped my wallet out so fast I almost set the air on fire. And I paid him, and my friend Wade Hathaway was standing right beside me, and Tom Ligamar was on the other side. And both of them were like, wow, you just bought an ASM 14 for $40. And it's beautiful around her markings, which there's not much of that. There's not much space that she didn't destroy.
Well, let me ask you this. On the inside of the comic book, is the inside disgraced as much as the covers?
Every single page. Except the ad pages.
Yeah, she didn't bother with the ad pages. So you could still get your, Oscar Mayer weenie whistle or whatever they were advertising, that month.
All right, so you buy it in the mid-90s. I remember seeing a viral picture of that going around maybe like 10 years ago.
It was me. I brought it out. The first time we ever posted it was in the Comic Book Collectors Forum. And now people have stolen the pictures and claim to own it. And Nico Felix Kapoor's Low Class Comics, Nico had been posting it, and everybody said he owned it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, no, man, this is mine and Dustin's. And they were like, prove you own it. So I took a picture of it of me shooting him a bird. And Nico banned me and threw me out and sent me an ugly PM. And I was like, dude, because I posted on the thing, I was like, Nico and I aren't friends. I understand that. And he said, man, it's not that we're not friends. You're just an ass. I was like, who was the ass, man? Well, you're the ass.
Well, Shane,
I spoiled his fun.
It does take a little bit of salt to go with your Shane sandwich. You got to have a little bit of salt to take Shane down.
Yeah.
But so you guys own it. When did you decide to have it graded?
We got it graded. What was it? 2 years ago at Savannah Mega Comic Con. We wanted to prove that it was ours, and so that's the reason that we had it graded and to preserve it, you know, just to make sure it didn't get damaged, hauling it around and everything. But Daryl Hayden actually was the one that received the book for us.
Yes, we like Daryl.
Yes. He said, "Oh my God!"
But he was familiar with the comic, or he was just, "Oh my God," at the fact that it was all disgraced.
No, he knew the book, and he said, "Oh my gosh," he said, "I've seen this all over Facebook." And I said, "Yeah," I said, "It's ours. We want to get it graded." I said, "I understand it's going to come back low, but it's just for really preservation.
Yeah.
And we want to see, your graders have a heart attack when they open it up."
The notes weigh 3 pounds. The grader's notes weigh 3
pounds. But,
and
he actually messaged me today, and he's going to see about getting CBCS to make a post about it on their Facebook page.
All right. So what did the grade come back as?
1.8.
1.8.
I didn't even know that was a grade.
But that's a 1 of 1. There's no other ASM 14 that is this notorious, infamous.
No, there's not anything out there.
So if I were to offer you $45 right now, that's $5 more than you paid for it. Are you going for that?
Well, you got to figure in grading fees.
All right, so I'll add $35. So I'll just make it a flat $100 bill. I give you $100 bill. I'll take that turd off your hands.
I'm gonna have it pass.
All right. So have you had any, like prior to the hubbub of this week, what is the most someone has offered you before this week?
Steve Hinton told me he'd give me $2,000 for it.
That's
and I told
it.
him no. I said I'm fine at 5,000.
Yeah, Steve wanted it, you know, and he said just for the novelty of it.
Steve from Spinner Rack, shout out.
Yes, yes.
And
Steve counted out $2,100 bills. I said, put them back. Put them back.
yeah. But then, of course, you know, I got to talk to Donnie Cates about it yesterday.
Now, well, before we get to that, how did the new hubbub start? Like, did you guys recently post it again,
Matthew Warren Collins took pictures of it. Y'all have to excuse me. I am like hospital sick. But anyway, Matthew Warren Collins, our friend from Liverpool, England, took pictures of it at
Toyland.
Toyland.
All right. And that was a couple of months ago.
Somewhere.
Yeah, that was back in March.
Okay.
And what happened is they had posted the old pictures where Shane, the original pictures where Shane had posted that had like this Facebook group is like low grade comic collectors group or something. I'm not sure who runs that or whatever. Posted it, and it was the old pictures that Shane had posted before it was graded. And Matthew said, "Hey, whoa, hold on a minute, y'all are behind the times here. That comic's been graded." And he showed pictures of him holding it at Toylanta.
All right.
And you know, in the CBCS case and everything. And then everybody started posting it once they figured out that it was graded and all this kind of stuff. Well, it wound up on Twitter. And somebody, this Aaron Myers or whatever that runs some kind of comic book, it's not like a podcast, but it's like a blog and something else. But he posted about it, and then he tweeted, first Ron Otley saw it.
All right.
And
give us a history. Who's Ron Otley?
He commented on it. He's an artist.
All right.
And so he commented about it. He did some stuff on Walking Dead and stuff.
All right.
But that's about the most recent. Well, right now he's working on Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man. But he commented about it. He's like, "Wow, this is awesome." Well, you know, Donnie follows him on Twitter, so then Donnie seen it, and he said, "Hey," he said, "I want this." And then somebody said, "Hey, well, I know the person that owns it during the buy sell trade group on Facebook with me," and he said, "Get in touch with them and tell them I want to purchase this."
Yeah, and we don't know this guy.
And we don't know who the guy was.
All right.
One of the people claiming to own the book just trying to sell it. Somebody scammed him.
So I don't know what, all that. But anyway, I finally got in touch with Donnie, and I said, "Hey," I said, "we've met before, anyway."
At the Epic Comic Show.
Yeah. And I tweeted at him, and I said, "Hey," I said, "if you're interested in ASM 14, I said, me and my partner own it. I said, we'd be interested in talking to you about it." And he said, "Hey, shoot me a DM." He opened his DMs up for me, and me and him chatted back and forth for about, 30, 45 minutes about it. And he just wanted to know what we'd take for it. And I said, "Well, Donnie," I said, "I don't really know." I said, "We've been telling everybody 5,000. I said, "because that's what we figured was we don't want to sell it price."
Yeah.
And he said, "Let me know, what you want to do." And I said, "Would you be, willing to maybe do a trade or something?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Just depends on what you want."
All right. Now here comes the segue into the convention that you own.
Yeah.
All right.
And he said that if you'd be willing to trade the book, he said, I would be willing to do a appearance and waive my appearance fee. He said, and all you'd be responsible for is just hotel and expenses, like food expenses.
All right, so not airfare.
No,
Yeah,
not
no,
airfare.
I ain't paying
No.
for the food.
No.
As a matter of fact, this deal has changed because six figures have come up for this book.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't see six figures. I think I saw $20,000 come up.
I've got it at 100,000 now.
And but
whales
it just keeps keeps
Well,
keeps gaining steam. So I'd like to have Donnie at the show. I mean, we both would. And I mean, he's a super cool guy, and he does awesome job with the titles that he writes and everything. But you're talking about his appearance fee is like I think $3,000-$4,000.
yeah.
Plus
the airfare. So now
So he would have to either come twice, 2 years in a row, or
something like that. I mean, or we'd have to make it a 2-day show and at least have them for 2 days.
It's tough because bullshit walks. So some people can say, "Yeah, I'll give you $100,000," but when you say, "Hey, here's my PayPal," they're gonna be like, "Oh man, I was just saying that." You know what I'm saying? I'd like to have it, but some people can be like that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Shane's talking. I can't hear him. Can you hear Shane talking?
I can't.
I guess his phone may have died. I heard him in the background of your phone.
Yeah, he's on the phone, but I don't know what he's done. He had to go in the restroom anyway. He's coughing.
All right.
But
so I mean, I understand that. Yeah, it's probably a little. It can go up in value the more publicity that the book gets, but you guys run a comic book lover, comic book based convention, not a fan convention, not a cosplay convention. You guys run a comic book head convention.
Yes.
So that would be a pretty good get to have for your comic book convention.
Yeah, he would be a great get. I mean, considering that next year, we've got Mark Bagley lined up already. I can't.
I cannot.
I think you must have hit the mute button or something on your phone.
But so
is that better?
That is better.
I think I heard you.
All right.
That is better. So, but I mean, as a comic book show, it would. I don't know. It would be a tough balance for me to not have Donnie Cates at my show and then just say, I really like to have I'd like to have Donnie Cates in my pocket, like as a favor, like as we're friends and shit, as opposed to a one-time, $50,000 to this dude who could wipe his ass with a book and will never call me. But having a relationship with Donnie Cates and maybe having him sign some rare books for you or something as also, there's a whole list of things that, and as a collector, as a comic book head, that dealing with Donnie Cates would be better.
I have a drink.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it would definitely help. I mean, I think it would be awesome, to have him at the show because, it would definitely increase attendance. It's not that our attendance is struggling or anything, but
no. And you have a great venue.
I have an idea.
All right.
But I'm choking to death, and I need something to drink.
All right. Well, we've got time, Shane. We're in no rush. But so, what is the name of your convention, Dustin?
Cartersville Comic Con.
And how often does it happen?
Once a year in Cartersville, Georgia.
I put it in there.
And it usually happens in mid-September.
Yes.
Yep. We try to have it about 2 weekends after Dragon Con, which is about 2 weekends after Labor Day.
Yeah. Is it a 1-day show or a 2-day show, or how does it normally work?
It's a 1-day. It's a 1-day show.
All right.
We kind of like a 1 day. We have a load in on Friday night. That helps out the dealers. But
I kind of wish that Shane had taken the phone away from his face when he just ingested the soda. But
could you hear it?
I could actually hear it digesting through your esophagus, man. I don't need anybody to die live on my podcast.
Oh, but that would be epic. But listen to my idea. All right, so I want some of the blank Venoms that Donnie Cates has done, and I want to get you to do a homage cover, recreate that totally, with "Go to Hell" on the front of it and everything. We have you and Donnie Cates both sign it. Man, that's epic.
That would be pretty badass. I think we could make that happen. Like we could do the recreation cover and have it signed and everything. That'd still be pretty badass to have.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get that started, Mark.
I think.
I mean,
well, let's we got some time.
Yeah.
Dragon Con is in Labor Day. That's like 3 weeks away for me, and I'm trying to gear up for that. Are you guys attending Dragon Con this year?
No.
He can't.
No.
He can't hold out to walk it, but
It's broke up into too many places.
I promised my sister-in-law that we'd try to go with her. I'd go with her at least on Saturday because she wants to go and cosplay, and she wants me to dress up. But I told her, I said, I'm not dressing up. I said, you can forget it.
Well, and it's a good opportunity for you to take flyers down and just put them in places.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. We can hand out flyers. We can, just enjoy. I mean, but I hadn't been to Dragon Con since like probably 97.
Yeah. That's the last year I went. Now, if I'm better, if I'm not damn near dead like I am now, I may go with it. But I ain't paying to get in. I'll just stand outside and hand out flyers. Like, what was that? Wolf Zendik. They used to stand outside of Dragon Con. They were like a cult trying to induct members. It was pretty awesome.
I don't know if you have one, Shane, but I would highly recommend maybe one of those hover round scooters or the Little Rascal or whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty badass.
I need one of those.
Yeah.
I think we could all use one of those. What am I identify as thin, but I'm really overweight as shit.
Yeah. Same way.
Yeah.
I identify as thin, but I'm sort of fluffy.
What was that that meme that was going around Facebook not too long ago? Is I'm really fat, but I identify as trans slender.
Trans slender, that's it. I posted that. Yeah. Trans slender.
So, speaking of your guys' show, who do you have lined up for this year's show in September?
Well, we got this dude named Bryan SilverBax. He's pretty much our headliner.
Shit.
And we got
Robert E. Brown.
Robert E. Brown.
Robert E. Brown. You guys just saw him this weekend, didn't you?
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
comic convention.
Rob E. Brown did a lot of the Evil Ernie and a lot of the WWE Chaos stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
And some
We
Marvel
got
work.
him back into doing shows. He wasn't doing anything. And I contacted him because I knew him from the 90s. And I was like, man, Rob, with your talent, let's don't just let it languish. Let's come do my show.
Are you guys in the same room now?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. I can hear echoing on somebody's speakerphone.
I'll split up. I'm gonna make me something to drink anyway.
All right.
I'll try not to be as loud as Shane was.
So you got Robbie Brown, you got Bryan SilverBax. Who else you got coming?
Amanda Rachels.
Yeah, and her husband.
He's the writer.
But she's an amazing artist. I don't know if you know her.
I do. She has an odd way of holding the pen that I make note of every time I walk by her. I'm like, I cannot believe you hold the pen that way. She's also responsible. Her and the Inverse Press, they do the wrestling one-shot comic books.
Yep.
They did Nikita Koloff, the Killer Bees, Jim Duggan.
I was gonna say Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah, so I'm familiar with that group and what they do. Who else you got?
We have. Let's see. We got Mark Wright coming.
All right.
Let's see. We got Jocelyn and Crystal Potter.
Okay. Oh, those are the ones that Amos did the interview with.
Yes.
They have their own adult style comic book, right?
Yes. And Kevin Laporte is Amanda Rachel's husband.
Yeah. I knew it was Kevin. I couldn't remember what his last name was.
All right, so they'll be guests at the show.
Yes. And we're very proud of that.
Oh, well, I would be too. Having cool people and unique people at the show is always cool.
Yeah, all of our guests this year are all comic book, either writers, artists, something like that.
All right. Are we being attacked by aliens?
Dogs. I'm being attacked by my dog.
All right. Your dog sounds like a baby human.
Yeah.
Now
she's 4.
that was Sophie. She's 4. She came into the picture.
But yeah, they we've got. Lord, I'd have to get on there and see.
Yeah.
We've got 7.
What type of panels? Do you have any panels lined up?
We're actually going to plan our panels out probably in this next week.
All
Try
right.
to get that laid out.
Man,
get a schedule laid
everybody
out.
has been sick. Dutch is in the hospital.
I saw that.
Our coordinator, one of our coordinating team, he's in the hospital with pneumonia. And if I had went to the doctor, I would be in the hospital with pneumonia. But I had things I had to do, so I couldn't go to the doctor and get put in the hospital.
Yeah, that sucks, man. I hate being sick, and I hate it when other people are sick. You just feel bad for them because they got shit they got to do.
Yeah, exactly. And we've been going all day long today.
All right, so let's circle back to this ASM 14. What are you gonna like? If I had cash money in my hand and I walked up to you, what would you take for it to not listen to any other offers?
100,000.
100? You think it's worth $100,000?
Yes, I do. To a museum or Steve Deppie or.
I don't think that Donnie Cates is going to go for that.
No, he's not.
I don't know too many people that would. I mean,
they're out there.
They're somebody.
So you're willing to
Hardy
you're willing to turn down the Donnie Cates offer and hold out for a 6-figure payday? Or you rather have a bird in the hand?
I'm not promised tomorrow.
We're still considering. If you can't do this year's show, it would be next year.
Right. So we got a year to think about it. Well, no, not a year, because I would want to start pumping it about 11 months out. So we've got at least 2 or 3 months to think about it.
You also want to strike while the popularity of the internet is hot. If you wait in 3 months, you might not have that $100,000 offer or a $50,000 offer anymore.
No, but I'll still have my book.
Well, yeah, I'm not taking that away. I guarantee you that in 3 or 4 or 5 months' time, Donnie Cates will still want that book and be willing to appear at your show for it.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I mean, when you got Donnie Cates wanting to do your show for a book, basically, and a hotel and food expenses, that's a pretty good deal.
But I'm thinking 2 shows now. I'm thinking he should have to do 2 years, 20 and 21.
Yeah, well,
we kind of want to go big, real big next year, because it's our 5th year anniversary.
Yeah, and it's 2020.
It's 2020.
Twin.
Now, you do know you could actually have Donnie Cates writes for some smaller titles.
Yes.
What is it, like Baby Teeth?
Baby Teeth, Rednecks.
Yeah, so
something else.
There's a couple of smaller titles. You know that you could get a Cartersville Comic-Con exclusive cover printed up. And he would have been pick an issue that he wrote, get yourself ask for an exclusive through the publisher, and then get me to do the cover, and then you could have a double signing at the show.
Yes. Yep. Yes. Now you're thinking.
And all it costs is the 200. The cost the publisher is going to charge you for the 250 copies of the book.
Yeah, which is usually about half covered.
Yeah, but then they add like a $200 plate changing fee and whatever else. So different, like Image, I think you have to get like a minimum of 1,000 copies. But like Aftershock, I think it's only like 250 to 300. And then you could have your own Donnie Cates book, have him sign them. I'd be there to sign them. Then you'd have double signed, slabby up books. Be pretty awesome.
Yes, it would. We could have Red do some variant covers.
Yes.
And, like y'all work together and have them triple sign.
Oh, yes, that could be. That's definitely a thing. Now, let me ask you this: do you know any more of the story behind the ASM 14? Like it says Chance on the front of the book.
Yes. Yeah.
Do we know
I
who
have
Chance
heard-
is?
I have no idea what Chance was, but Titan said that was not the only book in that collection that she ruined.
All right.
But I'm not sure what she did to the other ones, but she defaced that one because that was his crown jewel.
Yeah. Now it says Chance, so I think that was his name.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I'm gonna see you guys probably. I know I'm probably gonna see you guys Saturday at this Saturday coming up for the Chris Hamer show.
Smart. Yeah.
Now, would you be a deer and have that ASM 14 in your bag when you see me?
Yeah. Sure.
Because I'm going to tell you a story. My grandson's name is Chance, and he's gonna be with me this Saturday, and I would like to have a picture of him as little as he is, holding that defaced, super valuable book. And then when he gets to be older, he could be like, "Oh my God, I never knew that I held that book." Like, I think it would just be a pretty cool thing for him to see in about 15 years.
I mean, I was talking to Shane today. I mean, you don't hear this kind of hubbub about somebody finding a new copy of Action Comics #1.
No, because this is a one of one that you have.
Yep. There's like 30 known copies of Action #1.
Yeah, and there's a lot of copies of ASM 14, but there's only one that says "Go to Hell, Chance" on the front.
That's right.
And then it has a big deer jump. I wish that you would have to go back and find that original post, but it shows the interior pages where she went with a marker. I mean, she just went through.
Oh, that's right. It's slabbed up, so you can't show it off anymore.
But it's all messed up, except for the ad pages. Like I said, she left those.
Yeah, everybody kept telling me, "You can take that off for the Magic Eraser." Yeah, but you can't take it off the interior.
No, it's soaked in there.
Yeah, I don't know if you can remove it off of the cover.
She took that book on a dry run. No lube whatsoever.
Oh, you know what I'm thinking? Depending on what title you pick by Donnie Cates, we could have like somebody looking in a mirror, and I would draw one half of the drawing, and then the mirror could be like Robbie or vice versa.
Yes.
So that way it could be like a duality, two different art styles, but there's a reason for them to be on the cover.
Yeah,
that could be pretty fucking sweet.
Or have somebody looking in the mirror and seeing their monster.
Well, it depends on the title.
Monster looking back at
it. It'd have to go with the title of the, whatever that title of the book is about. Yeah. Well, thank you guys for coming on. I do hope that you get whatever it is you're looking for out of that ASM 14, but you are trying to unload it.
We're shopping it around, but we're gonna try to squeeze as much of it out of it as we can.
Yeah.
Well, that means the decision is going to have to be made relatively soon, because you know how fickle trends go.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
But will it hurt my feelings? And at the end of the day, that book goes back in the safe? No, it won't. It will not hurt it a bit.
No, but having done,
here is something that amazing. Here's the amazing part of the story. I have been married twice. My house burnt down. I've had ex-wives stole my shit through the window, jumping in the bathtub, my poor cat piss all over it. It is a miracle that book survived for 20, however many years. That me still having that book is a miracle.
That is a true statement.
Yes, that is a true statement.
Now, Dustin, I would like you to give me any website or any addresses, because we have entered the part of the podcast that I call the final push. And the final push of the podcast is where we push and pull and plug anything that we want other people to go out and check out.
Okay, well, of course you can find the show on Facebook, Cartersville Comic Con, if you just search on there. You can Google it. It'll pop up the Facebook page. I also
All right.
got a website, which the website's a little bit behind because I just haven't had the time to sit down and really fool with it.
What's
but,
Mike and them's convention's name? Dalton Comic Convention. It's at,
who's that? Germany's?
Battlegrounds.
Oh, that's a new one.
Yes, that is Michael.
yeah, the Carpet City Comic Con, I
Yes,
think.
yes. Y'all
That's
need to
coming up
check
in
that out.
Dalton.
Yeah,
Of course, you can find Rough Edges Comics and Collectibles on
Yeah.
Facebook as well.
yeah.
All right, and that's how anybody should try to get in touch with you if they've got $100,000 burning a hole in their pocket.
Right.
Yeah, we've been actually thinking about putting it on eBay.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, but see, once you put it on eBay, you got to sell it if somebody bids on it. Like, you can't hold. Then there's no Donnie Cates at that point.
Nope.
Well, we can with $100,000, we can pay that.
Yeah, but you'd probably have one pissed off Donnie Cates at your show. You'd pay him, and you'd be like, "You motherfuckers got rid of my book.
Yeah.
I approached you first. You guys, I thought we were cool." Yeah, that's not cool. Plus, he created the Cosmic Ghost Rider, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Dude, I've got Cosmic Ghost Rider stuff. I forgot about that.
I just got my
got
Cosmic
like
Ghost
a
Rider signed by
black
Ron
stuff.
Lim.
Oh, that's good.
Ron Lim did a cover for Cosmic Ghost Rider, and I had him sign it the other day. But, all right, so this podcast is actually being brought to you by Capone Streams. So if you know what Mobdro is nothing. Capone Streams will get you on that Mobdro, but with HD. Just letting you know. So if you know what that is, find the link in the description of the video. Or you could just go to BryanSilverBaX.com, or you could just go to SilverBaX.com to find me and all the social media stuff, and share this podcast. Let Skynet know that we're doing cool things. Shane, thank you for being on the show.
Yes, sir.
Dustin, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you.
And the rest of you, thank you for listening. Please share and do all the cool shit that cool people do. And stay creative.
It's almost time.